Hello and welcome to the Food Technology Options PowerPoint. In this PowerPoint, I will explain the course content, I'll show you examples of previous students' work, and I'll explain briefly what kind of careers are linked to the qualification. So it is a food and nutrition GCSE, and it's AQA exam board. In the course, we concentrate on 5 core topics, which are food, nutrition and health, food science, food safety, food choices, and food provenance. So upon completion of this course, you will be qualified to go on to further study or embark on an apprenticeship or full-time career in the catering or food industries. Course content. So in year 10, we look at the theoretical knowledge of food preparation and nutrition from the 5 sections, the 5 areas, okay? And we link the theoretical knowledge and the theory side of food to practical makes, so that it makes it really fun to do in the food room, in the kitchen, okay? And this links to the exam that you're going to take, which is 50% of your mark. You take that exam at the end of year 11 and it's 1 hour and 45 minutes. And like I said, it's 50% of your GCSE mark. The other 50% is your non-exam assessment, which is NEA assessments, and you have 2 of them. The first one is a food investigation, where you will look at the working characteristics, functions and chemical properties of ingredients in food. An example is when we looked at different types of flours, so looking at strong bread flour, looking at gluten-free flour, looking at wholemeal flour, and their properties and how the different types of flour affect the different things that we're making. And that we do a practical investigation into that. So that is linked to cooking, but in a slightly different way. And that is your first NEA task, and it makes up 30 marks. The second one is a bigger practical investigation, okay? And it is looking at an area that we are given by AQA nearer the time. So like a brief that we are given. So this year, for example, students were asked to look at street food. In previous years, it's been continents, and they would look at said street food and the culture behind it, and they would do a research project into it, write up that coursework from the things that they had researched, from the areas that they have researched and the recipes. They would then make dishes, and then they build on the dishes that they've made by evaluating it, looking more into their target market and audience, and then preparing, cooking and presenting a final menu of 3 dishes within a single period of no more than 3 hours. Okay, planning in advance how this will be achieved. So the 3 hours of cooking time happens under exam conditions. It's a really lovely day where students get to show the brilliant skills that they've learned in the food technology over the 2 years, and it's done under exam conditions. These are some of the examples from previous years of some of the work that they have made. So you can see that this is linked to different continents, and you can see from the different dishes that the students have made, they've been heavily influenced by different continents. Okay. In the corner of this slide, I have put the QR code. So if you use your mobile phone and bring up the camera section and hover it over this QR code, it will link you back to the AQA student section, so you can have a look through the qualification in more detail if you'd like. It's a great starting point. Okay, and then finally, career links. So there are many careers linked to food and nutrition and the GCSE. It can unlock a future in the sciences, in catering, in design, and the marketing industry, to name but a few. Okay, so it might be that you want to do this qualification because you're passionate about food and you really want to build that life skill that is food, and designing food and making food and eating food. And you might think that you want to go into areas of being a chef or working in a restaurant, and that's a really good reason to choose this qualification. But there's also other areas that this can take you into. It could be that you become a product designer or food product designer. It could be that you become a nutritionist. You could become a pediatric nutritionist, which is designing nutritional things for children or young adults. It could be that you look at food aid, or you go into health in general. It could be that you like things like sports science and nutrition and those kind of elements, and this plays into the food as career really well. So there's lots and lots of different options. And if you'd like any more information and you want to chat to me in more detail, then come and find us in the visual arts department, and we'll go through it in more detail with you. Thank you.